All right, this is something I've wanted to get to, and I've kind of I held off on it. But Byron Jones, he had some really interesting tweets over the weekend. So he went back on the NFL's Twitter account, and in 2015, they had tweeted out, "Just call UConn's Byron Jones Mr. Broad Jump," because he was really shining at the NFL Combine, which is back this week, and he quote tweeted that, and he tweeted, "Much has changed in 8 years. Today I can't run or jump because of my injuries sustained playing this game." In caps, do not take the pills they give you. Do not take the injections they give you. If you absolutely must, consult an outside doctor to learn the long-term implications. And then he followed that up with, "It was an honor and privilege to play in the NFL, but it came at a regrettable cost I did not foresee. In my opinion, no amount of professional success or financial gain is worth avoidable chronic pain and disabilities. Godspeed to the draft class of 2023." I took it as he's retiring, but Marcel Louis Jacques of ESPN, he said that he's heard Byron Jones is not retiring. Either way, interesting comments from Byron Jones.
What's he going to play if he can't run or jump?
It would be stationary somewhere, like I don't know what
placeholder.
There's very little lateral movement. But here's I just give you a slight caveat to this story I told Solana earlier before you got here. When we were coming home from Aruba, we were in the airport lounge, my wife and I, and you travel a lot. The airport lounges nowadays are packed.
Yes.
Like it's hard to get in them. So another couple asked me and Lori, "Can we sit down with you?" Because there were no other, chairs and tables. We said, "Sure." And I was wearing a University of Miami shirt, and the guy struck up a conversation with me. "Oh, you a UM fan, a little disappointing on the football field last season." We started talking. Turns out it was Byron Jones' agent. That's who I was speaking with. And in fact, when he was asking me what I do, and I was telling him about you, and then I was trying to figure out, I'm like, who was his agent coming out? And he guessed Joel Siegel. I couldn't think of it. I was about to text you, and he's like, "Well, where did he go?" And I said, "University of Florida." I said, and he said, "Was he shady at all?" I said, "Very." He goes, "Joel Siegel." I swear to God.
And you know what? I'm laughing with a truthful laugh, though, because you're 100% correct.
I said to him, I go, there's been stories that Crowder has shared on the air before where he's like, "Are the statute of limitations over on this one?" So, but yeah, he did. He guessed Joel Siegel. It was funny, right?
Didn't live the same way other students lived my second year. I had to admit it.
But yeah, he had said to me not to, obviously he was speaking off the record with me and I wasn't grilling him, but he kind of led me to believe that the Dolphins knew Byron Jones was very injured the entire season and for whatever reason played it the way that they did through the media, because the vibe that we got from Dolphins fans was that Byron Jones needs to be out there. Like, "Hey, dude, what's up? Like, get out there." And we never heard otherwise, really, from anyone. And so we were kind of left to our own devices. I don't know what the truth of the story is. There's obviously a lot of layers to this, but he seems like he's in a bad way just based off those tweets.
Oh, yeah. And the tweets were saying, and it's true, the shots, the pills they give you to go play, if he feels as if that affected him to not be able to recover, I want to hear the real story, because of the fact that it happens all the time. So I've never heard a guy say that. But the part about him saying the risk wasn't worth the reward, that's the 100% wrong. Like, it sounds good when you're injured, but no, you all, and Byron, I think I heard if he retires, they still owe him $18 million.
Big money contract.
Like, that's what it says. When I said I retired early, but I wouldn't have retired early if my bank didn't look the way it did when I retired. It wasn't like I was checking out when they gave me 80 grand. Oh, I'm good for life. No, I was comfortable retiring. So I've had this argument with people, that whole, the money's not worth it. You can keep this fame. I enjoyed the checks, Hawk. I got to say it, and I'm sure Byron does too.
I would say the way, because didn't he delete the tweets, Solana?
He deleted them, but then they were back up, and they're there now.
So I think my guess is this. he's going through a very emotional time because he's got to come to grips with the fact of, I want to keep playing football and my body won't allow it. And then, again, if I play amateur detective, amateur psychologist or whatever, I would say, here's a guy coming to grips with what his future or lack of future is going to be. And then you start to, take stock of everything. And then a lot of times you'll also look to blame someone. And maybe there is legitimate blame towards the medical staff. Maybe there isn't. Some bodies just give out. Yes. Right? Solana knows his did. He doesn't play professional sports. But no, in all honesty, like, it may be someone's fault. It may not be someone's fault. He may still have a season or two left in him. Like, who knows where his state of mind was when he sent out those tweets.
And you say somebody just break down. I'll correct you. At that level, all bodies break down. That's why guys retire. It's if you want to see me injured or I don't want you to see me injured. But you're going to get injured. You're going to lose a step. And like I'm saying, there's no way he can't run or jump. Like, think about that. I can only walk the rest of my life. If the stair is too high, I can't even get in a truck. Like,
it's Solana's deal, though. That is Solana.
Solana, can you get in a tall truck? Could you get into a Suburban?
If you give me like a lift, maybe like a step.
Solana Snapchatted me this morning. He was back at the dentist's office. What is going on now, Solana?
I was like cleaning. What's the problem with that?
Just every time you go there, you end up with new gums that they took off the anus or something. They're looking for new skin anywhere. They've used it all up.
Solana, does your rehab person know your dentist? Because they have a ploy going on you.
Right.
Hey, John, when do you have them? Tuesdays and Wednesdays? I'll get them Thursdays and Fridays.
Trust me, one of these hair replacement places is going to get their claws on you soon. I mean, your check is just immediately going to all these different places. How was your cleaning? No cavities? Y'all good?
Widows? I don't have a widow's peak.
I said, get one installed. Get one put in.
Yeah, my cleaning. Good? Oh, yeah, it was great. Yeah. I always enjoy it, truthfully.
You're needy. You like to be tended to.
Is that what it is?
I do. I won't lie to that.
You didn't get a lot of love at home from your dad. He ignored you a lot. So
yeah, I had a very stern upbringing. So my way to go feel cared for was
see your dentist.
Through doctors.
They call your name in the waiting room. You walk through slow, looking at people.
Right.
So happy.
That's me. They just called me. Hey, how you doing?
People go to escorts, not just for the sex, but they need the companionship. They're missing something. Solana needs a father figure. He goes to Dr. Brad.
How much are you for dinner? I don't usually do dinners. So 100? I don't know.
That's funny.
I'll be back in 3 months, by the way. They want to see me every 3 months.
I imagine that they do.
Yeah. Go every 3 weeks. What does it hurt?